Okay, let's unpack this. I want you to just picture a scenario for a second. I think we've all been there.
Oh, absolutely.
Or, at the very least, we've watched a friend or a colleague go through this exact moment. You have the idea.
The eureka moment.
Yes. It's finally time. You're going to launch that boutique coffee roastery you've been dreaming about. Or maybe it's a freelance legal consultancy, I don't know, a high-end dog grooming service.
The actual thing, the craft, is ready.
The product is there. The passion is absolutely there. You are ready to go.
You've got the fire.
Exactly. You have the fire. So you sit down at your laptop, you crack your knuckles, open a fresh browser tab, and you say, okay, time to build the business. And then, wham!
You hit the wall.
You hit the wall.
Right.
And it's not a brick wall.
No, it's a digital wall.
It is the digital checklist from hell. Suddenly, it is not just about roasting amazing coffee beans anymore. It's, okay, I need a website.
Right.
Wait, I need a logo. Hold on. If I have a website, how do people even find it? Do I need search engine optimization? What even is a meta tag?
And then the email thing.
Oh, the email. I need to email people, but I can't use my old coolguy88@hotmail.com account. Yeah, it looks so unprofessional. It is just, it's absolutely overwhelming.
It is the paralysis of modern entrepreneurship. It's what, sociologists or economists might call the fragmentation tax.
Fragmentation tax. I like that.
Yeah. You spend so much emotional and intellectual capital just trying to assemble the infrastructure, the plumbing of the business, that by the time you're done, you have nothing left for the actual work. You're too tired to roast the coffee.
You're exhausted before you've even started. And that right there is the context for today's deep dive. We are looking at a set of documents from a platform called Wish website.
Yeah.
Now, I want to be incredibly clear right off the bat. We aren't just looking at this company to review a product. This isn't a feature review or a commercial.
This is a case study.
Exactly. We're analyzing their service documentation, their value propositions, their product descriptions, all to understand this massive shift in the digital economy, the rise of the all-in-one approach.
It's a fascinating pivot in the market, really. If you think back just 10, maybe 15 years solving that checklist, it meant hiring a literal team.
Whole team.
You needed a Rolodex.
Yeah.
You needed a web developer to code the HTML, a graphic designer for the visuals, an SEO specialist to get you ranked, a copywriter.
And an IT guy to call at 3 a.m. when the server inevitably crashed.
Or you had to learn 5 distinct, incredibly complex skill sets yourself.
Which, let's be honest, who has time for that when you're trying to actually run the business?
Nobody.
Yeah.
If you're a baker, you wanted to bake bread,
Yeah.
not learn Linux server commands.
Precisely. And that's our mission for today. We have the source text right here, and it covers the whole spectrum. From AI builders to email marketing to SEO analytics, we are going to tear these documents apart to see how all the pieces fit together.
To answer that core question, can you really get a professional business presence in a box?
Or does all-in-one just end up meaning master of none?
That's the fear.
It's the big question. Because we've seen those tools before, the ones that just do 5 things.
Right.
Poorly. So let's jump right in with the hook. I was reading through the landing page copy in our source stack, and one phrase it jumped out and grabbed me.
Oh.
It says, unlock the potential of your business, crafted effortlessly.
Effortlessly. That is a very seductive word.
It is, but it also, it triggers my skepticism immediately. In the world of web design, effortless usually sets off alarm bells.
It usually means generic.
Right. It means generic. It means you're cutting corners. It means it's going to break in a week. So is effortless really possible when we're talking about building a legitimate revenue-generating digital storefront?
Now, if you look at the first piece of source material we have, the answer, or at least the attempt at an answer, it lies in the technology they're highlighting. It's not magic, it's technology. Specifically, AI-powered tools. That seems to be the wedge that makes effortless a potential reality, and not just, marketing fluff.
So let's dive right into that foundation then. The first big pillar in this Wish website text is the AI website builder.
Right.
The source text explicitly says, and I'm quoting here, create a professional website with AI-powered tool.
And I think we should pause on that pairing of words, professional and AI-powered.
Yeah.
Because if we were having this conversation, 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Those two concepts were at odds. They were enemies.
Complete opposites. If you used an automated builder, it looked like an automated builder.
It looked clunky.
Yeah.
The code was heavy. The design was derivative. It looked like a template that 5,000 other people were using.
It had that cookie cutter feel. Exactly.
Exactly. But the claim here which is backed up by the feature list in the documentation, is that the technology has matured. The source calls it an instant website launcher.
Okay, when I see instant website launcher, my brain goes straight to speed. Why is speed the primary value proposition here? Why aren't they leading with, say, most beautiful website launcher or most powerful website launcher?
Because they understand the psychology of their target demographic.
Ah,
That person we were just talking about,
okay.
the one staring at that overwhelming tech list at 2 in the morning, for them, time is the single biggest barrier to entry.
It's the thing that makes you just close the laptop and say, I'll do it tomorrow.
Every single time. Every day you spend fighting with HTML or trying to figure out where the Contact Us button is supposed to go is a day you are not selling your product. It's a day of lost revenue.
Okay.
So the source material analyzes this instant nature as a way to lower that barrier. It's saying, look, you don't need to be a coder. You don't need to understand back-end logic. You just need to exist online right now.
It's almost like the democratization of the web, in a way, getting rid of the old gatekeepers.
It is.
But I want to push back a little on the quality aspect, because the text also mentions responsive design as a key feature of this AI tool.
Yes, and that is a critical inclusion in the documentation. That is not a throwaway line.
So for our listeners who might just, browse the web without thinking about how it's actually built, why is the source material making such a big deal out of responsive design? Isn't that just standard now, like having power windows in a car?
It's standard in terms of user expectation, yes, but it is still technically difficult to achieve if you're building from scratch or using older tools.
I see.
Responsive basically means the website automatically adjusts its layout depending on the screen size. And it's not just shrinking the site down.
It's not just pinching to zoom.
No, it's reflowing the content. A 3-column layout on your big desktop monitor needs to intelligently snap into a single scrollable column on your iPhone. And the text, it links this feature directly to reaching your audience effectively.
So it's not just an aesthetic thing. It's not about just looking pretty on a phone.
No, it's functional survival. We live in a mobile-first world. Google's own indexing is now mobile-first. So if your site looks amazing on a laptop but is unreadable on an iPhone,
Yeah.
if the buttons are too small to tap or the text runs off the screen,
You're invisible.
you are invisible to half your market, and the search engines will actively punish you for it. So the fact that the AI tool handles this technical adaptation automatically, it's significant.
How so?
It implies that mobile optimization is no longer some optional add-on you have to pay extra for. It's baked into the baseline standard of what they're calling a professional site.
Okay, that actually does sound effortless. If the tool handles all the grid logic and the breakpoints, I don't have to. But here's where my skepticism kicks in again.
Go on.
The source also promises customized solutions tailored to your business needs. So if I'm using an AI builder and you're using an AI builder and my neighbor starts a business and uses an AI builder, how customized can it really be?
A master of none fear.
Exactly. Is my coffee shop website just going to look exactly like a plumber's website but with different photos?
That's the tension, isn't it? It's always a battle between efficiency and identity. But the source text suggests that the AI interprets the brand's needs.
What does that mean? Interprets.
Well, it doesn't go into the algorithmic black box, obviously, but the implication is that the customization comes from the AI selecting layouts, color palettes, and typography hierarchies that match the type of business you are.
So it knows a law firm is different from a daycare.
It ensures the site reflects your brand, as the text says. Think of it as a set of guardrails. The AI knows that a law firm generally needs, serif fonts, navy blues or grays, a very structured, authoritative layout.
Right.
It also knows that a daycare center probably needs sans serif fonts, bright primary colors, and a more playful, open layout. It's basically there to prevent you from making objectively bad design choices.
It stops you from using Comic Sans on your financial consulting page.
It stops you from using Comic Sans. That might be its most important feature.
A safety net as much as a builder. But, wait a minute. The plot thickens here. We turn the page in the source material, and right next to this instant AI launcher, Wish website is offering something else entirely. Website design services.
Yes, this is a fascinating contrast in the source documents. It really is.
The text says this involves a team of experienced designers and developers. So on one hand, they're saying, use our AI, it's instant and effortless, robots are the future.
And on the other hand,
they're saying, hire our humans, humans are better. Why would a platform offer both? Isn't that Isn't that cannibalizing your own product? It feels contradictory.
I don't see it as a contradiction. I think I see it as an acknowledgement of the business life cycle.
The life cycle.
Yeah. The source notes that the human design services are for the unique needs of businesses, organizations, and individuals.
Unique needs. Okay, that's the key word.
That's the key word. If
Yeah.
you are just starting out and you just need to validate your idea, you need to see if anyone even wants to buy your coffee, the AI builder is perfect.
Yeah.
Low cost, high speed, get it online. But what if you're an established brand? What if you have very specific functionality requirements, like a complex booking engine or a multi-tier membership portal? Or what if you need a visual identity that completely breaks the mold?
Then you need a human. AI follows rules.
But humans can break them.
Right.
Exactly. AI is great at following the rules of good design. Humans are great at breaking those rules creatively to create a truly distinct voice. And look at the stated goal for the human service in the text.
It's different.
It's slightly different. It emphasizes driving engagement and conversions alongside brand identity. That suggests a more strategic, hands-on, data-driven approach. The AI gets you online. The humans get you optimized for high-level performance.
Okay, that makes sense. It's like the difference between buying a suit off the rack, which is fine. It covers you. It looks professional enough. But then there's getting a bespoke suit tailored exactly to your measurements by a master tailor.
That's a perfect analogy.
Mm.
And the source implies that a modern digital platform has to offer both the rack and the tailor. It's about meeting the user wherever they are in their journey.
Okay, so we've got the foundation, we have the website, whether it's built by a robot or a team of humans, we exist, we have a URL.
We're on the map.
But looking at the next section of our source stack, just existing isn't enough if nobody trusts you. Which brings us to section 2, establishing legitimacy.
This is a critical pivot in the documentation. We're moving from the visual aspect of the business, what it looks like.
To the communication aspect, how it speaks.
Precise.
And the source material brings up domain-based email, and it says, very bluntly, using a business email address is crucial.
It does not mince words there at all.
And I feel like we see this all the time. You go to a website, it looks decent, maybe even great, and then you go to the contact page, and the email is bobsplumbing88@yahoo.com.
And instantly, what happens to your perception of Bob?
It dips, it crashes, actually. It feels temporary. It feels like a hobbyist, not a real business.
Exactly. And the source breaks down exactly why that feeling happens. It lists 4 benefits of domain-based email, and they're worth unpacking because they go much deeper than just vanity.
Okay, what's the first one?
The first is boosts brand identity.
Which makes sense. Every single email you send is like a little billboard. If it comes from @yourbusiness.com, it reinforces the name. It's consistent.
Right. Second is builds trust. The text explicitly states that customers trust a domain match over a generic provider. It's a signal that you've invested in your own infrastructure.
You're not a fly-by-night operation.
You're a registered entity. You've put skin in the game. It's the difference between a handshake and a signed contract.
One feels casual, the other feels binding. I get that.
Then there's the third point, which I think is so often overlooked by entrepreneurs who are just rushing to get started. Enhances security.
Yeah, the text does mention security as a key benefit. But I want to play devil's advocate for a second. Google has billions of dollars invested in security. Why is my custom domain email more secure than, say, a standard Gmail account?
It's not just about encryption. It's about administrative control and data sovereignty.
Okay.
So if you have an employee using their personal email for your business, say sarah.marketing@gmail.com-narthuno, and Sarah leaves the company, or gets hacked or gets locked out of her account, you lose that data. You lose all those client contacts. You have no recourse.
That is a nightmare scenario.
It's a total nightmare. With a business domain email managed by a provider, you control the account. You're the administrator. You can reset passwords. You can redirect emails. You can enforce security protocols. It's about owning your own communication channels.
That's a huge point. It's asset protection, really. And the fourth benefit listed in the text.
Better email deliverability.
Okay, this one sounds technical.
It is, but it's absolutely vital. Deliverability is basically the art and science of staying out of the spam folder. If you send 1,000 marketing emails from a generic free account, spam filters are going to eat them alive. They look deeply suspicious. Why is a Yahoo address suddenly sending bulk mail? It looks like a botnet.
So the filters just
block it.
They just block it. Or send it straight to spam.
Yeah.
When you send from a verified domain, especially one with proper authentication records set up, you're telling the receiving server, hey, I am who I say I am. This is legitimate. The source says this ensures better email deliverability.
Which means it doesn't matter how brilliant your marketing email is if it never lands in the inbox in the first place.
You're just shouting into the void.
So the core argument here, and the source phrase is, transitioning from generic to professional email addresses strengthens your online presence, is really all about credibility.
Yes, it's signaling that the business is real, it's permanent, and it's professional. It's the digital equivalent of having a permanent physical address versus working out of the back of your car. It just changes how the market perceives you. Okay, so we've got the shop built the website, and we have the sign on the door and a legitimate phone line, the email. Now we actually need some customers.
Right. We need to use this infrastructure.
You need to use it, which leads us to the marketing engine section of the Wish website documents.
Infrastructure without activity is just a cost center. You need growth. You have to activate the asset.
The source introduces the email marketing tool, and the promise here is to elevate your email campaigns to new heights of effectiveness.
A lofty goal.
It is, but let's look at the features they list to back that up. First off, customizable templates.
And we're seeing a theme here, aren't we?
We are. It's just like the website builder. The theme is don't start from zero.
The blank page is the enemy of productivity. If you have to design a newsletter from scratch every single Tuesday, you simply won't do it. It's too much friction.
So templates ensure visual consistency with the brand you just built.
Without needing a graphic designer for every single email blast.
Right. But the feature that really caught my eye in the text, and this is where I think the real power lies, is advanced segmentation capabilities.
Ah, yes. Segmentation. This is the difference between just blasting and actually marketing.
For the uninitiated, let's break that down. What is segmentation, really? Why is the text making such a big deal out of it?
Think of it this way. If you have a list of 1,000 customers, they aren't all the same person. They're not a monolith.
Okay.
Some bought a product from you yesterday. Some haven't bought anything in a year. Some are interested in shoes. Some are interested in hats. Segmentation is the ability to slice that big list into smaller, specific groups based on their behavior or their demographics.
So instead of just shouting the same message at everyone,
You whisper the right message to the right people. The source text links this directly to driving meaningful results.
why?
Because personalized content performs better. It just does. If I send you an email about a product you actually care about, say hiking boots because you bought hiking socks last month, you are far more likely to open it.
Versus if you just send me a generic 20% off everything blast every single day.
You're going to unsubscribe. You're going to get banner blindness. It becomes noise.
So the tool allows you to say, for example, send this special coupon only to people who haven't opened an email in 3 months to try and win them back.
Or send this new arrival alert only to people who have previously bought from this specific category. It changes email marketing from a megaphone into a real conversation. It respects the user's time and attention.
And then, of course, you need to know if any of it actually worked. The source mentions robust analytics.
Right. Track email campaigns. You cannot improve what you do not measure. Open rates, click-through rates, bounce rates. The source implies that this tool gives you that dashboard.
It turns intuition into data.
Exactly. You're not guessing if your subject line was good, because you have the open rate data right in front of you.
The text also notes that this tool is for everyone, from a small business to a large enterprise. That seems like a pretty wide net to cast.
It is, but I think it reflects the scalability of modern software tools. A small business might use the simple templates and just send one blast a month. That's all they need.
In a large enterprise.
A large enterprise might use the advanced segmentation and analytics to run these incredibly complex automated drip campaigns, sequences of emails that trigger automatically over weeks based on very specific user actions.
Yeah.
The core tool is the same. It's the depth of usage that differs.
Okay, that makes sense. So let's move on. We have the site, the email, and the marketing tool to talk to the people we already know, the people on our list. But what about all the people we don't know, the people who are actively looking for us but just can't find us?
Ah, the holy grail of digital business. Visibility.
This brings us to the final big piece in the documents, the all-in-one SEO tool.
SEO.
Yeah.
Search engine optimization.
And the source defines the goal very simply. Better search engine rankings and increased visibility leading to organic traffic. But
Yeah.
let's be real, for most people, even for savvy business owners, SEO feels like dark magic.
That does.
It feels like luck.
It feels like a black box. You put some keywords in, you cross your fingers, you pray, and maybe the Google gods will bless you. It feels entirely out of your control.
Right. But the source material here actually attempts to demystify this. It lists 4 concrete pillars provided by the tool that break down what SEO actually is. And I think we should go through these because they really clarify that all in one promise.
Let's do it.
Okay, pillar number 1, website auditing. What is that?
This is the health check. Before you can even think about trying to rank, you need to know if your site is technically broken. The auditing tool scans the site, just like a mechanic scans your car's computer to find things like broken links, slow-loading pages, or missing image tags.
So it's about improving website performance.
Exactly.
Right.
You cannot build a skyscraper on a cracked foundation. This is about fixing the foundation first.
Okay, pillar number 2, keyword analysis.
This is about listening. It's about empathy, really. It's knowing what your potential customers are actually typing into the search bar. If you're selling vintage leather footwear, but everyone out there is searching for retro sneakers, you need to know that that gap exists.
And the tool provides that data.
It tells you the language your customers are actually using, not the language you think they're using.
That's a big distinction. Okay, pillar 3, backlink monitoring.
This is the popularity contest. A backlink is simply when another website puts a link on their page that points to your page.
A link from them to you.
Right. And to a search engine like Google, that looks like a vote of confidence. It's another site saying, hey, this site over here is trustworthy and valuable enough for me to reference. Monitoring these helps you understand your reputation across the web.
And the 4th one, which I think is the juiciest of all, competitor analysis.
Yes. The text mentions this explicitly. This is strategic intelligence. You are not operating in a vacuum. You want to know what your competitors are ranking for, where are they getting their backlinks, what keywords are they targeting.
The tool lets you see their playbook.
It removes the guesswork. It turns what feels like magic into a data-driven strategy.
The source uses the phrase empowers businesses and individuals, and it makes a point to highlight a user-friendly interface. Why is that so important for an SEO tool?
Because traditional SEO tools, and I won't name names, but the big industry standard ones, are incredibly dense. They're like spreadsheets on steroids.
Yeah.
They're deeply intimidating for a non-specialist.
Right.
By making this interface accessible to, as the text says, seasoned SEO professionals or new to the field alike, they're trying to see that dark magic of SEO and turn it into a manageable checklist.
It connects right back to that effortless theme from the very beginning.
It does. It's about taking these high-level, complex, technical tasks, coding, server management, data analytics, and wrapping them in a user interface that a normal human being can actually understand and use.
So we've looked at all the pieces. We have the builder, the designers, the email, the marketing, and the SEO. Now I want to try and put this all together. Section 5, synthesis.
The ecosystem approach.
Right. The source ties all these together under the single umbrella of Wish website, and it makes a very specific, very bold claim. Wish website will be a game changer for your business.
Game changer. It's a cliche, but I think in this context, it's really referring to the value of integration.
The integration. Let's talk about the friction of having these things separate. If your website builder is company A, your email provider is company B, and your SEO tool is company C.
That's 3 different logins, 3 monthly bills, 3 different support teams to call when something inevitably breaks.
And worse, the data doesn't flow between them.
That's the silo problem. Your email marketing tool has no idea what's happening on your website. Your SEO tool isn't integrated with your content builder. The value of integration implied by the source is that these tools all talk to each other. They share a brain.
And the source lists the promised outcome of that integration as establish a strong online presence and increase your sales.
It's a cycle, really, if you think about it.
Like a flywheel.
Exactly. A flywheel. You start with
Right.
step 1.
Build the site.
Yeah.
With the AI or the designers.
Then step 2, you get that professional domain email to establish trust.
Right. Then use the SEO tools to get found by new people.
And then step 4 is to use the email marketing tool to engage and retain those visitors and turn them into repeat customers.
Which leads to...
more sales. And the whole thing starts over, but stronger this time.
And then you have more money to invest in better design, better content, broader marketing. It's a self-reinforcing flywheel.
It really is a comprehensive view of the modern digital economy. It's moved from, I need a web page, to I need an entire system. That is the key takeaway from this source material. A website is no longer a static brochure you put online and forget about. It's a living, breathing engine made of these 4 or 5 essential component parts.
And a platform like Wish website is attempting to put that entire engine in one box.
Right.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive, let's just summarize what we've unpacked from these Wish website documents. We started with that universal challenge, the digital checklist,
The overwhelming burden of just getting started.
and we saw how modern tools are using leverage, specifically AI and automation, to do the heavy lifting. We saw that effortless is the goal, achieved through things like responsive AI
We
builders.
saw that legitimacy is purchased through professional email domains.
That growth is managed through smart, segmented marketing, and visibility is engineered through accessible SEO tools that aren't just for the experts anymore.
The playing field has been leveled. That's what a text like this really represents. Tools that used to cost thousands of dollars a month and require a dedicated staff are now available in a single dashboard.
Right.
The text says these tools provide the potential, but it also explicitly says, start building your website today.
The call to action.
The call to action. The tools provide the potential, but the user has to provide the initiative.
And that actually brings me to a final thought I want to leave our listeners with. We've talked about all this automation, AI building the site, tools handling the SEO, algorithms sorting the email lists. If the tools are doing all the construction and the tools are handling the traffic, what's left for the human?
That is the provocative question, isn't it?
The source text keeps emphasizing customized solutions and brand identity. It seems to me that as the technical barrier drops, as the how becomes easier and easier, the why becomes infinitely more important.
I agree completely.
If the AI can build the structure, the human element shifts entirely to strategy and brand voice.
But tools are the engine. A Ferrari engine is a beautiful piece of engineering, but it doesn't go anywhere without a driver. The human is the driver.
I love that.
You still have to decide who you are serving, what your unique message is, and why any of it matters. The AI can't invent your passion for you. It can only amplify it.
The tools are the engine, but you are still driving the car.
And it raises the stakes on creativity. Since anyone can have a professional-looking website now, having a truly unique idea and a compelling brand is more valuable than ever before.
So, to you, our listener, take a look at your own digital presence or the one you're dreaming of building. Are you utilizing these 4 pillars? Site, identity, traffic, and engagement? And are you letting the tools do the heavy lifting so you can focus on the strategy, on the driving?
Don't get stuck on the checklist. Use the tools to clear the checklist so you can get back to the real business.
Exactly. Thanks for diving in with us today. We'll see you on the next one.